Good afternoon, Facebook. I've not seen that before, and good morning as well. I'm waiting for David to join me, but I'm just catching up on the changes on Smiletime, and I'll say hello to Corinda. Good afternoon, and on today's show, we've got several things to discuss, but if you'd like to join us, you'll find the link up above on the post. Just click that link, you can join us in the room, and come on camera as well. We want to try it. We'd like to get 4 people on camera today if we can, just to see how it is. And hello, Terry, nice to see you. Because we can display your comments, as Terry's just commented, and Corinda has just commented. And just a minute, let me get a handle on this, because it says that David is here. So time to issue the invites, change the layout, and wait for David to arrive. He's in the show. This is good. Hello. So far, so good. You've gone quiet again. Right, okay. Heard you. Right. Now then, this is going to be interesting. Did a show, well, appeared on Corinda's show earlier today. Hang on. Odd to get a notification and nothing. No video, no sounds. That's strange. Okay, I'll take that off. And we'll take that into advisement.
That's what was happening is I got all the notifications and then you came on.
All right, okay. I was late. I was a minute late. My apologies. And so hello to Aaron. Good to see you here. And we've got our first question of the day from Terry, which is, which one do you like best, Smiletime or Be Live? I'll let you go first.
No, you go first.
Right, okay. If we have a level playing field and both systems are working, I'm going to sit on the fence and say that I like both. They both work. They both go out to Facebook Live, and basically they allow us to see the comments, people to come on screen and join us. The difference is that Smiletime we can get 4 people on, and BeLive.tv we can get 3 people on. We can share pictures on both. On Be Live, we can definitely talk over pictures, and we can hear as well. So it's a question of which one you're most used to, really. David, over to you, as I've sat on the fence.
I think that's yeah, you're British, not French. You're not supposed to sit on the fence.
I'll come to France in a minute. Hello, Jacqueline. I kind of agree with Steven. I mean, that's a great way to put it. It's what you're comfortable with, and does it serve the purpose? You know, Steven said that all playing fields being level or equal or level or whatever you said. I can't remember what you said. Yeah, something like that.
You know, the big difference is that Smiletime is a platform that gives you the ability to also push to Facebook. So it's completely independent, where Be Live requires Facebook in order for you to be seen and interact and heard. Yeah. So that's, you know, they're not the same, and they don't have the same missions or the same purpose. You know, so it really depends on what is it that you're looking for. Now, I know a lot of people are sitting there and they're saying, well, you know, my audience is all on, and we could have this conversation over and over, and we seem to have this conversation over and over again. You can build an audience wherever you want. You can lead your audience to wherever you want. I think the important thing is to try and make it to as easy for your audience or those that you serve to be able to find you without trying to figure out, you know, are they here, you know, this time and there that time or whatever. So one of the things that I've suggested is with Facebook, if you do want to push to Facebook and have people be able to watch there, that's a good single point to have people to do it. And you actually have the ability to have people go to one specific spot every single time. Doesn't matter any platform or any service or any software or anything that you choose, when Facebook made it to, if you've got, and there's a certain criteria, but for every fan page, there's a videos section. Mm-hmm. And so your video, live video, will always show up there if you do one simple thing. You have to create, well, you don't have to create it, but you have to have a featured video. And you should have a featured video anyway. It's a good place to have like an about video, or you can do other things if you've got upcoming events or specials or discounts or anything of that nature. And then what happens is the featured video spot gets taken over by your live video. Nobody has to do anything. And then you can go and create a vanity URL. So you could do, I don't know, Facebook. Mine is fblive.davidvaughan.tv. And that will always go to my fan page video section. And so that's the only URL that I ever have to give out. That's where you want to help those that you serve out, is make it as seamless and easy as possible for them to be able to find you every single time.
Yeah. So
I know that Steven finally took my advice after months and months and months of badgering. He finally took the advice. He made a featured video, put it up on there, and so that's what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, it did take me a long time. I do listen, but it doesn't always sink in straight away. But that same video that I created this morning using Manycam took 5 minutes, and it's now on YouTube, and it's now on my Facebook page, same video. And that's Terry saying thank you. Hang on, I'll get this right. Thank you for a great tip. And it is, I'm using it. And okay, now I want to make a point here because Alfredo's joined us. And his comment is the Steven Network LVS 17. That is not true. It is not true. It's not the Steven Network. It is in actual fact live video streaming 2017. If you want to join us, and that's myself, David and John, then you're more than welcome to search for LVS 17 on Facebook and you'll find the group. And I'm delighted to say that just to replace that with this, hopefully. I'm just scrolling down to the one I want. The LVS 17 now has 287 members. It would be good. We welcome everyone. If you want to join us on LVS 17, then that would be good. And I agree with, I'm going to take that off now. We'll come back to that later. And I got a slight echo as well, Terry, but it's gone. It's gone. And Robert has joined us. Hello, Robert. And he's mentioning the WSHN Worldwide Network.
Yes, that stands for the Stephen Healy Network, and that's because you have so many broadcasts that you do during the course of the week. You are your own network now.
Well, thank you. I'll tell you this. I just enjoy it, and it's not graft. It's not hard work. I mean, and I don't do it alone. I mean, you and I are here together today, and with Leland tomorrow, and with John, Stephen, and Peter on Thursday, and then with Rebel and Angelica, and I'm going to forget somebody here, Aaron. So it's always a team effort. I just enjoy doing it. I've got a new show coming up. You'll probably believe me when I tell you it's on Wednesdays, because that's the only day I didn't broadcast. But it's not mine. It is for somebody else. Yeah, it's on somebody else's page. Which reminds me, I just want to give a shout out to a piece of software which I know it's been around a while, but sometimes it takes you a while to actually find things. And today, well, for the past couple of days, I've been using LiveLeap. Now, LiveLeap has its own Facebook group, and it's got quite a few members and quite a few users, and I've just discovered why. A bit slow, I suppose. Basically, LiveLeap, as soon as we went live, this post on Facebook was shared to LVS 17, to my personal profile, and to my business page without me doing anything. Now, that's one way to reach out to a wider audience. Do you agree, David?
I do. The problem with that, and this is really a problem with anything that's third party, not native Facebook, is that Facebook appears, I have no concrete evidence other than just kind of trial and error and seeing what's going on here and there. And Facebook, in their infinite wisdom of wanting to be your sole provider for everything, seems to limit the reach when you use third-party apps, software, services for various different things, including posting your live videos or doing things like it. So, and what I mean is that anytime that you've got a post and it's got anything in there, we've all seen it posted by Hootsuite or Smiletime or BLive or something. It's up there near the top with your name and where you were live at and or where the photo was. There, Facebook is limiting the reach of the audience that can get there, that can receive it. Now, there's a way for you to be able to have your audience fix that, but it's completely up to them to take the steps to do it. And I did a video, if I'm not mistaken, on that, on how to guarantee that your audience sees every single post and gets notified every single time your page does something every single time. And you will be at the top of their news feed. It's guaranteed. And so you can go to davidvaughan.tv and go see that video.
Because that works.
While this is a neat tool, is it actually hurting you? And like I say, there's no concrete evidence.
Well, there's one thing I've not been sold on until now, and it is good to share it out, but you can only see the comments on the LBS 17 page. We can't see the comments anywhere else.
That is correct.
And that can lead to some confusion if people are commenting LBS 17 at the moment, and we can't see them, then we can't feature them.
That is correct. That is correct.
Right.
And okay. So what do? You put into the description, for comments, or just make sure you mention during the video. If you are watching this on one of the shares, make sure to click on the video to open it up full screen, and you can comment there. That's only a problem on desktop. It's not a problem on mobile. Just because in order for you to actually hear and see us on mobile, you have to actually open the video up, tap on it, and it does open the actual post up.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So given that caveat, we'll see how LiveLeak works and what effect it has. I'm doing the trial. You can try it out for $1, which I thought was a fair offer because it shows some commitment. And then it is about $19 a month. But in terms of sharing things out automatically, I'm all for that. And we'll see how that works. And two comments from Robert. One, I'm not going to display, but I will reply to the 8th show, the Stephen Healy wrap-up show. I normally do a blog post actually to wrap up the week, including all the videos. There you are, Robert. I'm already there. And another thing, which is a technical thing from Robert, and that happens once a show, doesn't it? I disappeared. Okay. And he says that the Facebook feed is ahead of us on here.
It's actually always been that way.
All right. Okay.
If you are watching on Facebook and you're watching on Smiletime, you are going to notice a delay. You'll actually hear, see, whatever faster on Facebook. And the reason being is because on Facebook, you are only seeing what's in the video. And that's getting pushed via API. So when you're on the platform, and if you were only on Smiletime, you're watching us on Smiletime, then you wouldn't notice it. But it's because we've in Smiletime, because of WebRTC, there's 2 videos. So those are stitched together and provided to you separately, plus the chat spotlight, plus the comments and all that has to be stitched together. So that's why that happens.
Okay, now something that came up in LVS 17 over the weekend is I watched a video by one of our members, and there was what can best be described as horrendous feedback. What's the best way to avoid that?
I don't know. I'd have to watch the video.
All right. Okay.
Describe more about the feedback.
Right. Okay. Basically, you're actually hearing yourself, or you're hearing the person twice.
Okay.
Yeah. So what was that?
Well, so were they? Did they have a separate? Were they going live and they also like had their iPad or their phone open,
right?
Or whatever, and they were watching at the same time?
Right. Okay. I'll reframe the question. Why should we always wear earphones when we're broadcasting unless we are?
Well, that way so that you don't get feedback.
Yeah.
That way the noise and the audio that you hear from the other people on and your own voice don't mix. So I see what you're talking about is that there was feedback because the person that was broadcasting so if you're using like the onboard microphones of your laptop or something, put headphones on because the onboard mics on the laptop will not cancel out the actual audio that's coming from the speakers. Now, I'm not wearing headphones and we're not getting feedback. And the reason being is that I'm using a condenser mic, and the condenser mic actually knows to filter out whatever comes through the speakers, and it works 99% of the time. And
they're expensive.
When there was echo earlier, that was probably what was going on. I muted my mic and waited till it went away, and then I just unmuted my mic.
Yeah, so that's a condenser mic. I just want to, if I can find it. I can't find it. So a condenser mic, what's the cost of a condenser mic, roughly speaking?
You can start, you can get a Snowball by Blue, and I think they start $59 or $69, and you can go up from there. The mic that I'm using is the Blue Spark Digital, and it's $159, I think, maybe more. I don't think it's over $200 anymore. It used to be when it first came out. There is the Blue Yeti, which is a very large microphone, in size, large in size. And that one sells right in between, probably around $100, $110. You did it again. That's
I'm going to stop doing that.
You would think with doing 40 shows a week that somebody would have enough practice in that they wouldn't sit there and take themselves off a screen that often.
Well, if I do this show on Smiletime, and then I'm with Leland on vMix on Tuesdays, and the rest of the shows are not on Smiletime or vMix. So hence I get rusty, basically.
I know.
Hopefully it won't show. And Robert's just mentioned, going back to what we're saying, BeLive is behind. But for the point that I'm going to try and answer this myself. BeLive is only, BeLive doesn't have a room you can sit in. It does. I don't know. You can't join in and watch.
What Robert's saying is that BeLive is behind. So if you and I were on BeLive right now, we would hear things. But if we were watching the BeLive broadcast, then the BeLive broadcast would actually be behind you and I. And that's because we're both on camera. So once you go on camera, that initiates a different feed out of you than just being a viewer. That's why that happens.
Right. Okay. And from Chris. He had an issue with the C922 and the Yeti XLR mic with echo. He couldn't turn off the C922 mic, presumably.
So, are you saying that your computer would not recognize, so are you saying that the XLR mic was not recognized for you to be able to use?
Yeah, that's the question.
Probably what you're saying. I don't know. You'd have to.
Yeah.
know more about your system and look into it and things of that nature. This is not an XLR mic. This is a USB mic. It plugs right into a USB port. And I know a lot of people that have the XLR mics and the mixers and the setups and stuff of that nature. I don't have all that. I could if I wanted to. I just chose not to go that route.
Right. Chris is saying he has both mics running at the same time.
Yeah.
No?
You can't have both mics running at the same time, and it really shouldn't pick up both mics at the same time. You can always go up to the way it should work. You can go into your Chrome settings because most of us have to use the Chrome browser. Some people can use Firefox on some, but I don't use Firefox much at all. If you go into the settings for Chrome and you go to where the media settings are for your camera and for your mic, you can set the default mic to be whichever mic you want.
Yeah.
Of course, the mic has to be powered on, and the system operating system actually recognize it because that's where it picks it up. But you can also go up to if you're on camera in Chrome, in the URL bar. Over to the left-hand side, you'll see a camera icon.
Yeah.
And if you click on that camera icon, it will tell you which mic and camera are currently being recognized and used by Chrome for whatever you're doing. And it only shows up when you're actually on camera, though. So or you're on mic. Something has to be in use. So, go live and go test it out yourself. But in there, now the thing is, you cannot change on the fly.
Right. Okay. That's a good point.
Because they'll actually gray it out to where it cannot be changed. Actually, the microphone can be changed. The webcam will not. So you should be able to change the microphone that's being used. And you can also manage your media settings from in there. And see if that fixes that issue for you.
I think you've given Chris some pointers because he says, yes, thank you, sir. So there we are. That's good. Right, I'm just going to go back to the captions for a moment. If you have questions at all, then please ask them. David and I will do our level best to answer them now. If we can't do them now, then we'll do them in the group afterwards. Now, we're live, aren't we? We know we're live. I know it's 4:23 in the UK and 11:23 on the eastern coast, and we know we're live because we're talking to each other and responding to comments. Now, I came across a piece of software this week which is called Livecaster. Livecaster takes your pre-recorded video and will replay it for you on Facebook and YouTube as live at preset times. Your thoughts?
Don't do it.
Well, I wasn't about to. I'm just saying.
Just don't do it. No, I mean, that's my advice to everybody else. You're completely defeating the purpose of live. And I've seen people do this in various different ways. I've seen people that will do a broadcast and record it, let's say on Periscope.
Yeah. Okay.
And they will take it and they will go to their Facebook fan page and they will broadcast there. And they make the notes and everything known. And, that this is most of the time they make it known like it's a rebroadcast or replay where it was actually done first. The problem with that is that, and if you're there live at the same time, which would kind of defeat the purpose of you having something pre-recorded, but if you're there and you're responding to comments as they come in, that's the key. And that's one thing, but you can only respond to those in the comments. It's not like you can come on mic and interact as you're going along. The problem with that is that, and I've been caught up in it, is that people get fooled into thinking that you are live right now. And, or they're listening to you and you're talking and saying hello and giving shout outs to people that, are not there. Or you're saying thank you for the hearts. That's not a Facebook thing.
True.
So I just wouldn't do it. You're really defeating the purpose of live interaction and engagement. And I understand the purpose of, wanting to do something once and then have people. So if that's what you want to do, just take it and then put it up on YouTube. And then make a post about it and say, hey, listen, go here and see this. Or, make a post and put it up on Facebook. But don't try and push it off as being live. Because it's not. You're going to hurt yourself. Because what'll happen is it's like crying wolf. People will get used to the fact of, every time they're live, they're not really live. They're just replaying the broadcast. I can catch it later if I want to, or something like that. I'd rather go watch, this, a giraffe being born or something like that.
Yeah, I'm on the same page. Because for the reasons you just said, that you can't be live and not comment, and people would, okay, and got the essence of it here. Not live, lol. Yes, live or not live, to be live or not. It's a situation where if you were, to both David and I, this is networking, and we're reaching out to people and we're talking to you, and you're welcome to come on screen, and we're live, and this is totally 100% genuine, us, unrehearsed, as you can probably tell from time to time when I disappear off screen. With a thing like Livecaster, which is being sold as the marketer's dream, to be able to broadcast live on YouTube at 3 a.m. in the morning on your own time zone, and be lying asleep in bed and marketing your products as live, there is a problem. More problems than David's just said, because if you broadcast live on YouTube at 3 in the morning and you're not there, then you can disappoint people who think it's live because they've just been notified. And also, when they get another notification, they're just going to ignore it. So the time that you spent building up your subscribers on YouTube is going to be lost, because people just won't know. People won't be told. They just ignore it. They switch it off. They might even unsubscribe. So,
well, the same goes true for people that choose to schedule posts for a time when they're asleep.
Yep.
Because they want to reach the audience that's in Europe or Australia or wherever. And more than likely, your audience knows that you're asleep. I wouldn't do it. And Robert brings up a point saying that it reminds him of webinars that are advertised, and you think the people are live, but it's just a replay. It's called an Evergreen webinar. And I agree. The bad Evergreen webinars, and I've done Evergreen webinars, but I never did them like other people where, you sit there and you say, oh, thanks a lot for joining Harry and Sally and Joe and John and Ted. And, oh, thanks a lot. And all this type of stuff. And you can program in all this stuff, and you can program comments in and all this type of stuff, and try and push it off as being, that actually gets a very low,
it's got a low profile.
Call to action, completion, because usually you're pitching something at the end. Now, I've got a friend. He does what I call a hybrid webinar, and I've done them, and they're actually very successful because most people don't realize that it's a hybrid webinar. But if you have a webinar and it's the same material, what you can do is you can record the actual webinar, the same material port. So what he does is, in the beginning, he's on and flashing pictures and he's live. Steven went away. Back. So he's there, he's interacting, he's engaging, and then seamlessly the webinar starts. Now, he and his team are still there during the webinar, and they are answering all the questions, but you never know that that's not him, because he's just going on and giving you all this great, valuable stuff, these actions that you can take, and telling you how to do stuff. And then he comes on with a pitch. And at the time that the pitch happens, he comes back on.
Yes.
And he is there, and he is live, and so he is never not there live. Or he may step away and his team is still there responding to questions. You can do that with live video, and I guess that might I don't know. You'd have to see. But if you start seeing a huge drop in engagement and response, I'd stop.
Yep.
And
And
like Twitter automation. Yep.
It is akin to Twitter automation, and the jury's out. But it's got 2 votes against it at the moment. Right. Okay. So, any updates? Well, we've had updates on Smiletime, haven't we?
Smiletime did some updates with the platform, gave some stability back, done some improvements, and they've been pushing that their mobile app is going to be updated for everybody, but it hadn't gotten pushed yet. So I don't know what the holdup is on that. I think they found something that they wanted to fix, and they had to resubmit.
Yeah.
So when you resubmit, you got to wait on Apple to sit there and approve it and push it. Be Live, they pushed out Talk Show, I think, to everybody right now. I don't know.
That's right.
You also have the ability to do the gallery feature. Apparently, they changed their interface so that you have one place, and then you can select which type of option that you want when you go live. And I know they got other things that they're going to go to.
They've got
including 4 people on camera at some point, is what I heard. We'll see.
Well, unfortunately, somebody thought there already was. There were 3 slots for the guests, and the host magically appeared somewhere. But it is 3 people on camera as opposed to Smartime's 4. Be Live Gallery allows you. Now, this about the Be Live Gallery, because it is tied into Facebook. Be Live is tied into Facebook, as David said earlier. The way it works is this: if you go live on your personal profile, then you can see your own pictures. If you go live on a business profile, you can see your own pictures and your business profile pictures, which means you can bring those on screen as well. So what we do with Blabbing for Britain every Thursday morning at 10 o'clock is that the night before we go through the news and we upload photographs from the news into a new folder on Blabbing for Britain page, and then we can use them during the broadcast. That works very well. The other thing that they've updated is that rather than having to go through the gallery and pick a different picture every time, you can cycle through the gallery from within Be Live. A lot easier. And the perennial question, I'm going to bring up 2 things here. The question is, when are we going to get a Blab-like app? Oh, there is one. It's called Wikiki. Would that be fair, David?
Yeah. I mean, it was created in the ashes of Blab, and because a lot of people, I haven't actually, to be honest, I haven't been on Wikiki in a long time. It was fun and cute at first, but I've started finding reasons that I hated Blab all over again. A lot of trolls, a lot of immature, young, and there wasn't a lot of control to the host. And so I don't know if any of that's been fixed. I know that you were talking about it.
Yeah, apparently that's been improved. You can block people, you can ban people forever, and you can got more control. You get a preview of who's coming on screen, so you've got greater control in that sense. They've now got 1,572 broadcasters, which is quite precise. Figures released the other day. So it's growing nicely. It's self-financed, and if you want to go for a private chat a la Blab, then you can go to Wikiki. Now, the other thing that you should note is that on both Smiletime and BeLive.tv, if you want a private chat, you can just come in and have one. Your channel on Smiletime is permanent, and you can come in without going live and chat to friends. You can do that any time of day or night.
Yeah.
And you've got all the facilities. You want to share graphics, you can share graphics, and you can have 4 people on screen and people in the audience. It's just not going out to Facebook.
Yep.
Wikiki, Smiletime, Wikiki is the Blab replacement. Smiletime and BeLive.tv go that little bit further.
Right. And going back to what I had said earlier about Smiletime being its own independent platform, I mean, you could treat this a little like what Blab used to be. It's not 4 equal squares, and that's probably not going to happen. They're looking into it, but one of the items that they would have to deal with is that with the mobile app, depending on if you go live from your desktop or you go live from mobile, it depends on the layout that happens in your channel at that time. So, but either way, it's still not 4 equal squares. So, Blab was a neat thing, but a lot of people need to understand Blab didn't create their platform. They built everything on top of a platform called TalkBox.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a lot of the problems that they had, because it was like, well, we'll introduce this feature and it broke 3 others.
Yeah.
Nobody figured. They did 15 different revisions, and then they figured out, oh, we should have stopped 5 revisions ago because something broke and we didn't know it, and you can't go back and fix it now, and all that type of stuff. So you had a bunch of people that were around kind of playing around with a black box, not knowing what was inside.
Which is different from Smiletime and Be Live, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because this is totally their own code. Where we are now, they've left WebRTC way behind, and they've got their own version. Yeah. Or their own software, really.
And why wouldn't somebody just take TalkBox and bring it up? Well, TalkBox is a licensed platform, and it gets really expensive really fast, because it's based off of people that are broadcasting as well as the number of viewers. And if you think back, I mean, there were times that there were quite a number of people viewing or broadcasting and viewing on Blab. So the best thing to do is always try and build your own software, and that's development, and that just takes a lot of time. We saw Kiki and her SEO, and I think 3 months, maybe 2 months or something, they came out with WikiKey, but it was really, really vanilla. It was very bland. It was 4 people on screen and a chat box, and that was pretty much it. And then all of a sudden people started coming in, well, I would like to see this and I'd like to see that and blah, 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 blah. And so now, it's like add on top of everything else. It takes time for development.
Yeah, it does. And I've seen you comment, Corinda. I'm just trying to catch up with comments that have come through before yours, and I'll get to yours in a second. And this is a teaser, if ever there was one. There's something else coming soon, says Robert. Any thought, David?
No, I don't listen to those. I don't listen to those types of things anymore, rumors and all that. And I'll give you a good reason. Is development. It takes time. There's a platform, and I'm not going to name it, but it was promised to have been out, in a beta form, probably May, June of last year.
I see it. Yeah.
And didn't really show up until a early beta form this year. And for all the waiting and hype and everything, it really wasn't that great. It worked, but there were lots of parts about it that I didn't like and other people didn't like, and it just didn't function very well.
We're still using Flash, wasn't it?
So what? Yeah, it is.
Still using Flash?
As far as I know, it's still using Flash.
Yeah. Right, okay. Now let's try and catch up with some of the messages. I'm going to take one from Corinda, because it happened to me this morning. Corinda's coming onto Smiletime. You can watch it on Facebook, no problem at all, but it's coming here. And the weird thing is, you can watch it on Facebook, but not here. Now, that's exactly the problem I had this morning, Corinda, on your show. I couldn't see it. Yeah, and in the end, I just refreshed so many times that it got fed up and gave in, and I could see you. But you just keep on refreshing. That's all we can do. That's the only control we have, really. But it is a weird sort of thing. And
Corinda, one thing you may want to try, and other people may want to try, and I have no idea why this would affect it. But go to your channel that you were broadcasting in and go to your palette and dismiss your camera from the palette. Because one of the things that Smiletime did do for creators and their channels is that when you go into your channel, it actually automatically enables your camera.
Yep.
And so your camera may still be enabled, and that just may be a hang up or a bug. I would go into your channel. I would see if well, you're going to be on camera no matter what. Dismiss yourself from your palette. Just click on the X to dismiss your camera, then exit your channel and come back and see if that fixes it. I have no idea why that would work, but that's all I can give you. And if that works, I'll send you the bill.
Right. Okay. And a comment from Aaron, which I'm going to try and... I thought there was a 3 or 4 person panel discussion option on this platform. Yes, there is. And anybody who's in the room can put the hand up and say, can I come on camera? Or just yes, please will do. And you're more
Aaron,
welcome to
no,
join.
comments do not work in the links do not work in the comments. They're not clickable. What can happen is somebody can pop it into the chat spotlight, and then people can highlight it and copy it and paste it into a new URL. When you introduce clickable links, you open yourself up for exploitation.
Oh, yeah.
Blab was very familiar with that. Because hyperlinks introduce a whole new set of Java coding and stuff of that nature. So Smiletime has not enabled that feature.
Nope. And I think we've witnessed a moment ago when we disappeared and came back again. I think it'd be fair to say, Corinda, that there are updates going on at the moment. And they happen on all systems, and we try to time our shows that we're not on when they happen, but this time it did. So if you saw breaking transmission, that was just Smiletime updating. Actually, I've got to say today, just to take a break for a moment, I'm quite impressed at the stability today. Apart from my mistakes, this show has gone swimmingly.
Yeah.
And thank you to everybody who's watching us. The whole purpose of doing this show is because we want to help people with live video. And if you want to help us, then there are 2 things you can do. You can search for LVS 17 on Facebook, and you can join the group. It's free to join. You can contact David and I 7 days a week in there. And if you can find your way to our LVS 17 business page as well, that would be brilliant. But that's a call to action partway through the show. And Corinda agrees with you, David. And okay, so I'm going to invite Aaron in, and let's have a go. I'm going to change the layout slightly.
What is he testing?
I think he's testing coming on here. He's been on BLive.tv.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, but he's obviously just testing a new setup. Setup's changed.
Oh, it's deep throat.
Right. Aaron, if anybody can see Aaron, can you just say, I can see Aaron, please? Or I can't see Aaron. All the weird David and I are seeing at the moment is the 5 ellipses or 5 dots. So it might be your camera, Aaron. If you want to refresh and just come back in.
I think I'm in the quay.
It might work
I
first
see
time.
Aaron.
I'm queued up, right?
Yeah, I see Aaron.
Can you hear him?
I can hear him.
You can hear me?
I can't see or hear him.
Can anybody hear me?
Right. It says you're in a...
I see and hear you, Aaron. Can you see and hear me?
Yes, I do not hear and see Steven, though.
Well,
it says my camera
we don't need Steven.
It says right here, your camera is now on stage.
I'm going to refresh. I'll be back in a second.
So I'm assuming that I'm streaming live with you guys right now.
This is crazy.
That's awesome. Smiletime, I kind of like this platform for... I liked how the comments, you could upvote them.
Yeah.
So like your audience can kind of control which questions you're answering, because the audience can like your questions in the comment thing, and that pops them up down there below. I think that's a really cool feature on this.
Steven.
Did I lost?
Now I'm back. Can you see Steven?
David's gone. I see his picture, and he bounced out, and I see you back in, Steven.
Right, I can see David back in now.
Steven.
Can you see me, David?
42 shows a week, and he can't get this right.
Are you there?
I can see you. Can you hear me and see me?
Yep, I can hear and see you. Yeah, yeah. Basically, what happened then was I could not see Aaron.
Can you see and hear him now?
I can. I can hear him as well. This is the magic of live video. We can all see and hear each other. And John can see us as well, and Chris can see us, and Corinda can see us. So we must be here, which is all good. Yeah, it looks beautiful where you are, Aaron. It's a bit cold in Devices today.
Well, we had
yeah,
rain come through yesterday. I don't know if you know anything about California, but it's May. It's May, and it rained. So
we've done it before, but it never rains in California.
In the north, it does. In the north, it's really wet, but down here on the central coast and the southern part, there's never more than. I mean, we've been 5 years of drought, and we do get that El Nino thing happening this year. But it's we were out working, or we were out at my friend's place, and we were doing some stuff and got stuck in the mud in the middle of May.
Well, that can happen.
But I have to get going, Steven. Thank you so much for bringing me in today, and I hope that it helped you test the 3-person platform here on the Smiletime.
Appreciate it. Okay, thanks, Aaron. Catch you Friday.
I lose you? I lost everybody, and I've got to go.
Okay, catch you later.
See you, Aaron.
Right, okay. And I'll switch the layout back. Yeah, right, so we know 3's working.
We know 3's
working. Robert's in the room. Shall we? Just a moment. You can't make a comment like that and hide and run, Robert. So we're going to welcome Robert into the show. And I'm seeing the ellipses at the moment. And I'm going to wait until we get the camera through. Or do I risk it? We shall see.
No, I'd wait till he's on camera.
Yeah. Okay, now, I just want to give
David's out of the loop. Why am I out of the loop?
Oh, right. I don't know. I can see and hear you. Just a minute. What's the...
David's got a cold, so...
Thanks, Aaron. Right. Okay. A couple of other things whilst we're waiting for Robert to actually come in here. I had the pleasure since we last met of chatting with Animura of Repurposed.io. And that's the thing that allows me to do all these shows and upload them to YouTube, because normally I'd have to download the video from Facebook, upload it to YouTube, and then put the title and the comments and the tags in. With Repurposed, you don't need to do any of that, and I'm quite enjoying being a happy, satisfied user of Repurposed. If you're doing more than a couple of shows a week, then it's worth taking a look at, because it saves you time. Simple as, and it works. It will go to SoundCloud, but it's not allowed. But it's just check out Repurposed.io if you do more than 2 a week. And David will love this.
Oh, Hannah would say, no matter how many shows you're doing a week.
Well, true. Well, it is set it and forget it, because once you're happy with the way that it works, you can just put it in automatic and it'll do it. I mean, after we finish today, just to give an example, I'll go on to the LVS 17 page, which everybody is, if you want to like it, please do. And I will edit the text so that it's in the past tense, because at the moment it says we will be live at. Okay. Edit the text, a bit about what we discussed, and then when I'm happy with it, I just put a hashtag in. I put the hashtag repurpose, and voila. Less than a quarter of an hour later, it's up on YouTube with a title, with the text, with the tags, with the cover picture I chose, and it's up on YouTube. So that's definitely automation that's worth doing. And
I bought.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I'm playing with it, so I'll see how it goes. I want to see a little bit more functionality towards some other platforms, but he says that's coming, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, that's it. We had the good chat with, and you asked questions I'd never thought of in a month of Sundays, and he answered them all. Didn't he?
He did.
He did. So
I don't think he was expecting to, but he did.
Well, I think it's, as you say, Chris, great guy, great product.
That's what they're talking about.
And I think that as far as Annie is concerned, this should be a big winner, because the number of people doing Facebook Live is growing exponentially. And if he can get in touch with that audience, then he's onto a winner, and more power to him for doing that. And just a note, if you want to know how it all works without buying into it, then I just happen to have a Udemy course on it. Anyway, right. That wasn't what I was going to say.
Little plug.
Well, no, it's a Udemy course, and I've got to say, and thank you, Charlie, because I gave Annie some coupons for the course, and they are being redeemed, which is brilliant. Live Leak we've covered, Repurposed we've covered, the Be Live Gallery, Livecaster, Wiki Key.
I think we've covered it all.
We've covered it. Also, except for
the mystery meat that Robert threw out there.
Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. Now this comes back to what Corinda was saying earlier. That if you're actually in the room, you can't see us. You can see us on Facebook Live, but in the room, if you've come in, and Corinda had to refresh 10 times to actually be able to see us, and thank you for doing that, Corinda. But if the Smiletime team watch this later, there is a problem when people come into the room in that they can't see what's going on, whereas the Facebook Live feed, as we've just established, is ahead of this, is perfect. And just a final shout out for Annie from Chris. It'll come with this guy. He's passionate about his work in his industry. Right. Okay. Now, a good question here, because I'm looking forward to this. I would love to do this.
Facebook audio sucks.
No. What's
Facebook audio sucks. It's single channel crap.
All right. Okay.
It's terrible. That's what I think about it.
There might be a second Facebook audio.
I don't think so.
I'm going to move that across there.
If there is, you can't find it.
I can't find it. No, it's podcasting for the world. It's Facebook podcasting. Have you got hold of it, Chris? Yeah, it's the podcast. It's video, and now you've got podcasting stuff. You don't want to put
is
it on
it an
screen.
actual thing? I thought you were talking about the audio of the videos for Facebook video.
That's fair.
I'm sorry.
No. It needs a name. That's the first thing it needs. It doesn't need to be. If it's called Facebook audio, we're all going to be. And David doesn't beat around the bush, which is basically the way it should be.
Facebook audio does suck though when you download the video.
Oh yeah,
it's single channel.
It's single channel. It doesn't sync. I've got it. This is a true story, because we're on Smiletime, and this was done on another channel. And using Repurposed.io, I uploaded a video, or Repurposed uploaded a Facebook video to YouTube, and it was perfect. 2 days later, I uploaded the same video to Google Drive, and it was out of sync.
Huh. So is Facebook audio a product?
It's going to be a product. I would call it Facebook Podcast if I was going to give it a name, because you can actually just record the audio live and then replay it as you wish and upload it to SoundCloud and all sorts of things.
Oh, you're talking about where it gets an audio only mode?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's still single channel, so it sucks. Okay, so we're back to my original. It sucks.
Right, whatever it is, it sucks. We know that it's. I mean, Facebook video, the picture itself is good, but the audio, because of the quality, I'll take you. Opinion on that, David.
Why would they do that versus just doing what like YouTube did? Of course, now YouTube made it a feature when you get YouTube Red, that you can minimize YouTube and you can still hear the video being played. even though, so you can make your phone go to sleep and all that type of stuff. But you have to be a subscriber to YouTube Red. So,
all right.
David shows his love of Facebook freely. You might want to dismiss Robert from the palette because he is still showing up, and he says he can't see us on here.
Well, that's true. That's true. He must be able to hear us, otherwise he wouldn't.
I don't know why he's. Well, he's watching on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
He was only able to see swirling circles.
And thank you, John. John's got the name of it. It does exist. I wasn't dreaming. It's called live audio. So there you are, and it's coming to a profile near you soon.
They were talking about it in December.
Right. Okay.
There's news articles about it then. I see one YouTube video about how to use Facebook Live audio.
All right. And Robert is watching us in stereo, or not, as the case may be.
So is he still showing in the palette?
He is, yeah. I could dismiss him from the palette.
Yeah, dismiss him from the palette, and that should help him here.
All right. Is that any better, Robert? Sorry, I kept you in.
It's going to kick him off. It'll rewind him. Probably.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So hopefully, if you're still watching on Facebook, Robert, if you just refresh and come back in, you've got it. Right. Okay. So does that answer one of our questions? That if you are in the palette and your camera doesn't come through properly, you can't actually see what's going on screen. That's probably what happened to me this morning.
Yeah.
So that's commonality between two occurrences. So Corinda was trying to get me on screen. I was showing the 5 ellipses. And yeah, okay, Robert, you've helped us solve that one. Well, David solved it really, but it's teamwork. Yeah. Yeah, no, Robert. Do you want to join us for the last 5 minutes or so? We'll try again.
I don't think Robert can join.
All right, okay.
He's got that crappy New Jersey internet.
If he had crappy Wiltshire internet, he'd never.
Better than British Telecom.
He'd never dream of going live. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to zap that. Well, I love it when a show comes together.
Yeah.
That was good.
An hour in, and we're done.
Indeed. No. At this point in time is when I usually say, I did the intro.
I get to do the outro. So once again, we've gone through an hour answering your questions about live video and helping you out in any way that we can. If you would like to join our Facebook group, LVS17, just search Facebook for it, or you can also go like our Facebook fan page, LVS17, where in the group you can comment, you can interact, you can have people help you out. It's a great old group. 287 members. Come on and come over and play.
Yep.
Until next time, next Monday, live every Monday, at least Steven and I live every Monday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. British, GMT,
British, yeah.
BST, whatever it is. Of course, if you want to see Steven, you have ample opportunities throughout the week. He's always on. He never sleeps, and he hardly ever eats. But otherwise,
that's not true. I'm the chef. I do the cooking, so I make sure I eat.
You're the chef. I am too. I bought an Instant Pot, and it's awesome.
Oh wow! Oh, you should. Lasagna is my favorite. I love making lasagna. Not my own recipe, of course. We've all got our own recipes that we've got over the years. Right. So, guys, bye from LVS 17.
Audio. It can be.
It will be on SoundCloud if you like. We can put it up SoundCloud thanks to Animura.
Yeah,
we'll see you all next week.
He's got to find a slot in his busy schedule of when he's airing and stuff of that nature. So, but he's got it all automated. He doesn't really have to do too much. He just hashtags it, and that's it.
That's it. Hashtag repurpose, and it flies off to YouTube. See you all next week. Oh, and we now got 288 members.
John added one.
Brilliant. We get cracking 300. But
about time John got off his lazy butt and did something.
Now, come on, he welcomes every individual.
I know he does. He does. Yeah. He does wonderful stuff for the group. Thank you, John.
Yeah. So,
Until next week, we'll see you.
Until next week, we're going to go. Bye. And that's it.